We're on the ICT Summit, and here with me is John Biggs from TechCrunch. Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
It's not the first time in Poland and you even speak fluently Polish, but I believe that you know our Polish ecosystem. What have changed through last few years in Polish startup ecosystem?
It's gotten a lot stronger. It's improved considerably. That's the amazing thing. It went from almost zero, where people were kind of thinking in very small scale, like very market-oriented e-commerce sort of stuff, into services, into hardware, into software, into all kinds of amazing stuff that's actually going all over the world. It's a global market now, as opposed to just a local Polish one.
And do you see that our Polish entrepreneurs are starting to think global? Because a lot of them just think that they need to be powerful here locally. That's the first step. And then let's think about maybe another country, right?
No, I think they're actually thinking about the other countries now. There's no value in winning Poland. You're not gonna, that doesn't translate well to winning everywhere else. So if you start your company thinking about winning the world, you can actually win the world. If you start thinking about winning your neighborhood, you're just gonna go neighborhood to neighborhood, and it's gonna take you much longer. Generally, the startups here are thinking global. They're not thinking about starting and launching in some event in Warsaw. They're thinking about launching at South by Southwest or CES or something like that. That's really cool.
Do you believe that there will be another place like Silicon Valley somewhere in Europe? Because everybody are always saying, it's not like Silicon Valley, or let's do that like in Silicon Valley. Do you believe that there's going to be any other place, or just one and that's it?
No, I mean, Silicon Valley is a special place in that it has a concentration of tech and money, and you don't have that. There are places that have a lot of money, but they don't have a lot of tech, and then have places that have a lot of tech, but don't have a lot of money. I think Poland, for example, has great technical chops, but they don't have a lot of cash floating around. So that said, there is no other Silicon Valley. There's only one. Everybody says this is going to be this is the Silicon Valley of Central Europe or Silicon Valley of Germany, or it's just kind of goofy. And that idea is silly. But if you like living here, and you're living here, you can live cheaply, you can live well, and you can travel all around the world you can travel around the world virtually, even gathering customers and gathering investors and gathering programmers and working together. And that's the best thing about this place right now.
What's the main difference do you see when you're starting a startup in United States and you're starting here in European Union? Because there's a big problem with money, of course, because you have a lot of competitors in United States, and here a lot of people are just thinking how to get money, let's say, from European Union or not only private sector.
I mean, you have the European Union that's going to give you money, and I think the problem with the European Union is there's all kinds of strings attached. So if you screw up, you're not out of failure is not an option, which is problematic in some cases if your idea is stupid. But if your idea works, then you should be able to pull it off, and getting that money is valuable. I think there's a perception that if you take money from the government or take money from these funds, the perception used to be that you're kind of essentially scamming them. But at this point, I think the folks who are giving the money out might be a little bit smarter than they used to be.
One more thing, because I'm also a journalist. We all read TechCrunch for looking when we're looking for technological trends. We think that you will think about it first. You will just find a good trend in technology. What do you think now? Because I know that you're a fan of Bitcoin, maybe 3D printers. Do you see any specific trend this year that might be another revolution in technology?
I mean, the interesting thing is Bitcoin has surpassed the fact that it's a currency that people can buy and sell it. Now it's actually a technology that can be used. So even if Bitcoin flops, even if it goes down to 1 cent again, you can still use the technology behind it to build cool stuff, which is really important.
Thank you very much.
Very cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Best information just straight from TechCrunch, and I'm my guest from ICT Summit in Warsaw 2014.